Welcome to Leon, Mexico, the host and backdrop to the 2023 FIBA Women's AmeriCup. Opening day of competition here inside the Domo de la Feria arena. I'm Despina Barton alongside former Canadian national team member Javon Shepard as we prepare to get set for Group A play between Brazil and Cuba. Javon, as we get set for Brazil and Cuba, we can already tell there's a size differential out on the court.
Earlier.
All right, so we are inside Domo de la Feria. Fans getting set. I'm Despina Barton alongside former Canadian national team player Javon Shepard, and we have the great honor to call the first and opening game of the Women's AmeriCup here in Mexico. Javon, instantly, what stands out to you with these two teams as Cuba comes onto the floor? This Cuba squad is led by Margarito Pedroso on your screen. They are the visiting team and walk into the tournament with a number 9 power ranking. Currently 37th in the FIBA World Rankings, and they missed the 2021 tournament. It was a first in their history. And now Brazil taking the court. This is a group that is the 4th best team here in this tournament. Brazil here coached by Jose Neto in his 4th year. He was a former men's national team assistant coach. This is the team and group that he takes strong responsibility for, and they're excited to be back here coming off of a 2022 South American Championship. And before we get started, we're going to begin with the national anthems. First for the home team.
Escuchar el sonido a las almas valientes correr.
And now we turn our attention to the Brazilian national anthem. If you're just joining us, welcome to Leon, Mexico, the host and backdrop to the 2023 FIBA Women's AmeriCup. Cuba, Brazil getting set at center court. I'm Despina Barton alongside former Canadian national team member Javon Shepard. Early impressions here, Javon?
Well, you look at both teams, and for one, right, this is the opening match, right? There's going to be some jitters, there's going to be some nerves, and this is what it's about, right? And one team has got to come out here victorious. And you look at this Brazil team, and you'd mentioned it earlier, they've got to take advantage of their size in the post. Not only their size, but their experience, their maturity. And they've been here. A number of these women have been in this situation before. They've had success. You got to just come out here and enjoy the emotions and let the jitters out, right? First game, and you got that advantage right there. All the other teams are watching you. But it should be a good one.
And Cuba just arrived, about 20 minutes still left on the warm-up clock, so they're still trying to get warmed up a little bit. We're all in new scenery, new technology, little glitches too on our end for commentating, but
you held me down, right? That's what teamwork's about. That's what this is about. This whole tournament is about teamwork.
Touche.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep, as we prepare now, we're going to get to those starting lineups. Cuba technically is the visiting team here today. Average age of this group is 25 years old, and their starting five looks like this. Margot is the captain for today's match. Claro, Vargas, Bourdain, and Armentero will round out the starting group for Cuba. And this is a group, too, like we just mentioned. They missed the 2021 AmeriCup in Puerto Rico. It was the first time ever for this program, and Coach Pedrosa Pelaz. You can call this phase for Cuba a rebuilding one. They've added a lot of young stars, but they're going to go up against some juggernauts and a lot of women who've been playing the game for a very long time. This Brazil squad, the core's been intact since 2019.
You know, you speak of Cuba and the rebuild, right? A lot of federations, and you mentioned two of these federations at two different points in their development. And for Cuba, this is also very telling in what the future may look like, right? You have some young talent in Vargas and Bourdain, and very promising. So it doesn't really matter where you are when you get into Women's FIBA AmeriCup. Rankings don't matter. You know, what stage you are in terms of your development doesn't matter. You just got to go out there and compete and lay it all on the line, and that's what matters most.
And that's the head coach for Brazil, Jose Neto, in his fourth year. 4 of his 5 starters were a part of this group in 2021. A lot of respect, a lot of love. When I talked to Coach Neto before this game, he mentioned that it was important to set the pace and get out early and play tough. You got to play every game like it's a final, because there's a lot on the line in this tournament. Ultimately, it'll be Team USA +1 who will get a direct ticket to the February 2024 Olympic qualifying tournament. Paris 2024, right around the corner.
Sounds nice. It sounds real nice.
Erica De Souza going to jump against Bexy Claro. Souza, one of the most veteran players here in the tournament, 41 years old, standing at 6'6". And she gets the jump. Deborah, the long-standing point guard for this Brazilian squad. Vanessa inside. Souza, first touch, turn, skips, out. Montero will take it in herself. It goes the other way.
Well, you end up with a turnover here, but what do we get? You get a touch in the post, which you wanted. Erica got the ball there, and she kicks out. And that's what you want for Brazil, to continue to punch it inside and work from inside out.
Armentero. All right. Vargas is smothered. Armentero looking for some help. The high-low. It gets in, but the shot clock winds down. That's a 2-shot, 2 points. First to score on Margot. Baijao left alone, deep 3, nothing but net.
The defense is giving you that much space. You could just see how confident Pajao is. She didn't think twice about that shot, popped up and just knocked it down.
Armentero calling the offense, takes it up herself, kiss off the glass, no good. Souza with the board. We're rolling with Brazil. Spotted up, Pajao will give it down low. The finish off the glass, Vanessa.
Rebound, 2 passes up the court. Vanessa doing a great job, rim running, catches the ball high, nice finish.
Margot. Vargas going at Vanessa, takes baseline, skips it out. Ardine, mid-range, no good. Rebound, weak side. Brazil has it. Nice knock away there by Claro. The feed, finish, foul drawn. Vargas is going to find herself on the free throw line.
And this is what Cuba has to do, right? Vargas getting out and getting ahead of the defense. And for Cuba, if you want to have a chance in this game, Brazil's they're an older club. Yes, they have experience, but you're the younger group. You've got to stick to your strengths. Make this a track meet. Get out, run the basketball, get yourself fouled, get to the free throw line, and that's how you can have success here.
Vargas, just 19 years old, representing her home nation.
I would love to be 19. What I would give up to be 19 again.
She is indeed the youngest on the court for Cuba here this afternoon. Two for two, not bad for a 19-year-old.
2 for 2. Tough mentally.
Deborah with the rock. Paisao inside. Erica gives it back to her. Rebound.
I like how fearless Margot is. Erica's posting her up and she's using her body. She's not backing down.
And Margot on the flip side. Out was passed. Montero pull it back out. Paisao, nice little fake. No look pass, corner feed. Montero hits it.
And that starts with Pajao, right? She hit a shot earlier. The defense has to come out and contest her shot. Shot fake, gets into the paint. That's where the most damage happens. Kick, finish.
And then Deborah on the defensive end can't finish. It's too easy.
Way too open for her. She's going to want that one back.
Yes. Margot, mid-range baseline, no good. Scrappy pull down from Montero, gets taken away. Margot caught Brazil sleeping.
Margot's everywhere. She's active, she's everywhere. And there's one thing Cuba's going to have to watch for. Brazil does such a great job rebounding the basketball. If they're not going to get offensive boards, they've got to get back and not allow Brazil to run out.
Erica, one-on-one, Claro blocks. Cuba showing some early grit.
Some fight, toughness. Claro did a great job there against Erica, just absorbing the contact and just timing her, blocking that shot there. And they know, right? They know Brazil's intention is going to drop that ball in the post. They're allowing her to catch it, making it difficult, but allowing her to get it and just timing her. As you can see, a kick out here, swing, and a shot in the corner. That's just great ball movement.
Hardine, a miss on the top of the key. Deborah looking to see who's running with her. Nearly another takeaway on the block.
But I'm okay with that foul there, right? Vargas is going to pick up that foul, but you're not allowing Vanessa to get any easy touches in the post. You know that this is what Brazil wants to do. Okay, they can push the ball, they can try and get in the post, but we're going to make it difficult.
2-point game, just about 4 minutes into the contest. You're looking at Brazil and Cuba, Group A. First game of the 2023 FIBA Women's AmeriCup. Vanessa looking for the cutter. Montero comes for it. 5 to shoot, foul away from the ball.
And Montero there, Erica's coming to set the high ball screen, does a great job just rejecting the screen, getting to her right hand, getting downhill, and drawing a foul. doesn't want to use a screen because then the defense is going to be a bit more aggressive, going to be a hedge out a little harder. Great job, great read. You can see it here, another attack. Goes away from the defense, gets into the paint. You can see the defense riding her.
And Brazil just made some substitutions, so Dantas, De Oliveira, and Gonzalo on the floor now for Brazil. Dantas taking baseline, draws the contact, and she'll get 2 right off the bat. Dantas, by the way, was not here in the 2021 tournament. She was healing from an injury. And as you know, she's had a long-standing career in the WNBA.
And I'll tell you this, you talk about injuries, you know, players that recover from injuries are tough, right? You can talk about preseason conditioning, you can talk about training camp, but for a player to come back from an injury, there's a lot of mental toughness, there's a lot of mental grit that it takes to really just work through those dark days, because when you're hurt, you don't know when you're going to be back, right? And there's never a guarantee that you're going to be back 110%, but you still have to put in that work to give yourself that chance. So you've got to be mentally tough. So I tip my hat.
The 30-year-old makes both of them. And this Brazil team has become accustomed to having Erica on the floor, or certainly having Dantas on the floor. So last tournament, should I say, they had to make up for a lot of lost talent.
That's a luxury to have.
Right? Montero driving left. Left alone, Claro from top of the key. Off back rim. We're rolling. Gardusa all alone.
And that's what I mentioned earlier, right? Brazil rebounds the ball at such a high clip that Cuba's got to be intentional in getting back below the free throw line, or they're going to get runouts, easy runouts. Not offensive rebounding, you got to get back.
Montero feeds inside to Vargas. Should go right at Dantas. The hook, lays it in.
I like that great footwork, shot fake, steps across the defense, and nice finish, nice touch.
Lost handle there by De Oliveira. We'll work around the horn a bit. Dantas. Gonzalo feeds it right back. Kiss off the glass, it's a miss. Body's on the floor. And a foul. I'm not sure who this is going to go against.
Well, I'll tell you this, it's game 1 and you're playing this hard. You have players diving on the floor. I'm okay with it. You understand what's at stake. These women are playing for something, and they get it right from the get-go. Here you see nice footwork, step through, nice touch. So you talk about the footwork and, you know, off the left foot, right hand finish, stepping through across the defense. It's a little skill. That's what you call a package, post package.
Cutter clean, no. A missed shot in Cuba will push things forward. Montero, elbow, no good. Teammate though there, Vargas will give them an opportunity. Another one here. Third chance might be the charm. Nope, Dantas takes that right out of her hands. Gonzalo runs the lane, draws the foul.
Big time play by Dantas on both ends of the floor. You come up with a stop, you push, you have the wherewithal to catch the basketball, push it the length of the floor, and make a pass. Right, that's coming from your center, one of your big positions. So you talk about skill, you talk about size, and Dantas showing it all there. And almost made up for the 2 chippies she missed under the basket earlier, but just showing us a lot of her package.
Well, you talked about it too. These teams come together on short notice, right? You're not been playing together. Explain that. I mean, you played for the Canadian team for many years. What's it like preparing for a tournament like this?
You know what? In Brazil's case, you know, this is a group that's been together. You have some veterans on the group, and it becomes a sisterhood, right? So in situations like those, it kind of expedites the process because you have familiarity with each other, and you understand where you like the basketball and defensively, and who I can push and who I can't push, and how I can speak to my teammates and how I'm going to resonate with them. So that makes it so much easier. And when you're coming together year after year for one common goal, you build like a unit, you build a family together.
Just full court pressure here on defense. And Ramona does her job. Gonzalo will reset. It's Brazilian team staying in motion. Ramona off the screen, open left lane, easy money.
And she comes off of that screen there. That lane is wide open.
Montero. Tennis, left lane, she'll go right at him too. Eye for an eye. Cardoso, the South Carolina player. She plays her season for Don Staley. Meanwhile, on the wing, it was De Oliveira for the 3-ball. Ardine trying to create something out of nothing. She'll get to shoot too.
And again, rejecting the ball screen. You know, the degree of difficulty on the shot. You can just see here, tap baseline, nobody there. Like, nobody in the paint. Kick out, shot, bang, bang.
A chance for Isabella Ardine to tighten up the margin here. Her team trailing by 7 with 2:59 to play in the first. 1-1, Dantas. And the outlet comes for Brazil. Everybody in position here. Tough take again on the block. And usually it's Brazil known for their physicality, but it looks like Cuba's delivering it back at them.
Well, they're dishing what, you know, Brazil likes to do. And oftentimes when you dish out, if a team likes to press and you press them, they don't like to be pressed, right? And oftentimes they'll cough up the basketball. So they're giving them a taste of their own medicine right here, Cuba is, in just being a bit more physical with Brazil. Probably didn't expect that coming into this game, but they've come out, they've been intentional with it.
De Oliveira, pretty productive here in this first quarter. Had a big 3-ball and had these 2 free throws. Her team back up by 9. Montero running point for Cuba. This thing pushed on the take.
Just knows that Cardoso doesn't really want to step out on the perimeter, so she's forcing her and challenging her and saying, okay, if you don't want to step out, I'm going to attack. And does a great job here, attacking and drawing a foul, getting herself two free throw shots.
Despain, 20 years old, stands at 6'2", power forward for this Cuba team. This is a group that did really well in Central Basket. That's how they landed here. They finished in 3rd place. Top 4 teams from that tournament got invited here. We, of course, had Canada and Team USA from North America. And the other teams qualifying through the South American tournament. Top 10 teams on the continent here in Mexico. What a series with the finish by Cardoso.
Cardoso getting the defense on her high side, giving her offense a target. Great catch and great finish.
Ardine, corner pass interrupted. Feet up high. Ramona, shoulder down. She hits the deck.
And there's a trust in Brazil when the bigs have the basketball. Cardoso here comes up with a steal, but the guards know that their bigs, they're not just in the post, they're skilled. They can push the basketball the length of the floor, and they trust that they're going to get a pass, and the guards are getting out and running. And here you see, again, beneficiary, layup, getting a foul, get yourself two free throws. Ramona getting herself to the free throw line. And you like that, right? Because oftentimes guards just run back to the bigs and are chasing them down for the basketball, but no, get out and run, get an easy basket. Easy opportunities, make the game simple.
Ramona hits both of them. The 29-year-old making her appearance, I want to say for the first time with the Brazilian national team here in Lyon.
She looks pretty comfortable to me.
And Cardoso got lots of play in South Carolina. They did not make it to the national championship this year, but you know the pedigree of the groups that Don Staley coaches.
Great job here, Don, just catching the ball on the post, 2 dribbles to the middle, and just fading off of that back foot there, creating the space for the shot.
That pass intended for Garante. A turnover for Cuba.
Cuba right now is going to have to control the pace, right? You don't want to allow this game to just lead to extend because Brazil has a bit more depth right now. So you've got to control the turnovers, control the pace, control the tempo.
Corner shot. A miss. Cuba looking down. Nearly a backcourt violation here. I always gasp when that happens. Splitting 2 defenders. The kick out. Guarante had good position. And the offensive boards keep raining for Cuba. Just got to be able to convert.
Got to convert. Got to convert. And that's a great shot off of offensive rebound. The best shot in the game. You get an offensive rebound, every shirt is going to be in the paint, or all eyes are going to be in the paint. You kick that basketball out, that's a great shot.
You can already see the positioning here for Brazil. Ramona already fully on the other side of the court on her own basket. Pretty confident her team is going to get a good outlet here.
I would be too, because Cardoso has done a tremendous job just collecting any rebound that's come off the rim.
This one last touched by Brazil.
But I guess we were wrong. And that's why we're sitting over here and they're over there.
Another look. It looked like it went off the fingers of De Oliveira. Dantas, deep ball, hits it.
Great job. Pushing the length of the court, you get one look into the post, then you run your side ball so you get your secondary action, and Dantas ready, popping for that jump shot.
She doesn't look rusty one bit, as we have a traveling call against Despain. It's not only, I imagine, I'm not a professional athlete or to your caliber as well, Javon, but not only when you get hurt is it a physical thing.
Mental.
Mental.
And that's the biggest part of it, the mental side, the mental aspect.
Nice stutter step there by Ramona. Skip pass. Dantas now in the other wing. What do you got?
Well, you got to get a heat check, right? She just hit the last one, so I'm definitely, get the ball in my hands, heat check, guys, I apologize.
All right, final 7 seconds of the quarter. Baseline shot, Despain, a miss. Cardoso. And Brazil is pretty much surprised. Didn't know what to do with the ball. Kind of tricky situation, right, with only a couple seconds on the clock. That's the end of the first quarter. It is Brazil up 29, Cuba 14 after the first 10 minutes of play. Javon, exactly what you expected, or what?
You know what? I think what I like about Cuba is the intensity that they came out with. Obviously, they came in late to the warm-up, so I expected them to be a bit gassed. Now with Brazil, you can just see that their depth is starting to take over in this game. They continue to punch it inside. If they don't get those looks, they're kicking it out and making threes.
Here's a look back at the best plays in the first quarter. If you're just joining us here in Lyon, Mexico, Cuba. Nice bucket there on the baseline from Amargo. She started off hot, and then we saw a little fizzle. Brazil had more shooting power on their end and got out in transition quite a bit. looking at your screen right now, go ahead and scan that QR code and download the Courtside 1891 app. That's where you're going to find the latest stats, news, and live games. And of course, we are live from Leon, Mexico. Despina Barton alongside Javon Shepard here inside the Domo de la Feria. Fans are spending their Saturday afternoon watching some international basketball. As this is the host nation for the women's AmeriCup. And after the first quarter of play, Brazil is up 29-14 over Cuba. It's opening day, Javon. How you feeling?
Opening day, and you can tell with the 6 turnovers by Cuba in that opening quarter, in the opening frame, right? So that's something that they've got to tighten up and shore up there. But for Brazil, what's been impressive is 9 assists on 9 made field goals. So not only are they moving the basketball, they're finding the right plays, they're playing selfless basketball, and they're getting the shots that they want, right? So both teams for Brazil, you got to continue moving the basketball, continue sharing it because it's working for you. Cuba, you got to tighten up the turnovers.
All right, so Cuba's going to try and close in this deficit. Vargas on the top of the key. Vanessa Honor takes her down the left lane, no good. De Oliveira kicks it back out. Gonzalo, left lane, lays it up on the right.
Gonzalo's, she's impressive because the way she puts pressure on the defense, the way she runs the floor, gets herself open, the intensity that she plays with.
Armentero shakes her defender. She'll go right at Vanessa. Nice layup.
Nice layup. Inside out with the right hand, doesn't touch it with the left. Right hand, right foot finish. That's your skill, not allowing the defense to come across her body and finish.
Cardosa underneath the basket, knows what to do, and says, ref, watch for the push.
Watch for the push. That's just size there, right? She just knows, keeps her hands high, catches the basketball, and just goes up with the finish.
A foul while shooting, the official is calling. So Isabella Ordine here on this take. It's going to go against De Oliveira. First one good for the 19-year-old. Gets them both. Cuts the lead here to 15.
We can see Cuba make an adjustment here. They're sitting in a 2-3 zone. Just a change in defense here. Show something different.
De Oliveira, deep ball from the baseline, no good. We're tracking it down with Vanessa. Suarez skip pass. Oh, inside. The intent was there.
In the zone. It's exactly what you wanted. You forced a perimeter shot the first time. You know, didn't come up with the offensive rebound, and that's a tough thing with when you're in the zone. You still got to box out an area, and in that area, you're covering a man. Now you force, you know, a turnover here, so you've accomplished what you wanted out of that possession.
Paisao and Montero back on the floor for Brazil. Vanessa guarding Vargas tightly. Block play, Claro. Another hook.
Getting over that left shoulder, just attack aggressive.
Cardosa again, off the block, and one.
If you allow Cardoso to get that deep of a position right there under the basket, it's going to be night-night. It's curtains, right? She does such a tremendous job. You can see here already 2 feet in the paint, right outside the dotted. There's nothing you can do. You look at her wingspan as well. If she puts that ball above her shoulders, that's a bucket. You can just count the basket, get back on defense.
Just 22 years old, stands at 6'8". A rare miss for her from the free throw line. Pull up J, no bueno for Hardine. Another turnover. 2 turnovers in the zone. What do you think of that?
Well, if you're Cuba, you gotta put your hands together and just, by the grace of God, thank you. We need those turnovers. Let's get back and get a quality possession on the offensive end.
Armentero. Vargas. Cutter on the block. She'll take it herself. Laying on the right. It goes. And a foul. It looks like it's going to be called against Vanessa.
You can see Vargas here just splitting the defense, attacking, strong finish. And I like that possession right there because you force a turnover on the defensive end and you didn't bail out Brazil on the offensive end, excuse me. You came out, you're aggressive, didn't settle for a jump shot, took it right to their chest.
Paisao now on Armentero. Margot just gave too much on that as the pass was handed to Rachel Contreras.
Contreras, she didn't really have positioning at that point as well, right? So that's a mistake. It's a turnover, but that's a mistake between the post and the guard there, just a little off cue.
Paisao running the point. Corner shot, Montero. It's off. Looking down is Hardine. Skip around. Armentero rolls off back rim, tracked down by Suarez. Erica, high-low. Vanessa off her fingertips. Remember how many turnovers they had in the first quarter? I know. If you're watching from home, team, stats through our Wi-Fi are slow getting to us, so please be patient and follow along through the app. Turn around jumper, no good. Paisao, kick out. Suarez, Vanessa, open lane, nothing in her way.
Vanessa again, just rim running, being active, being engaged, and just being ready for the basketball as she's running.
Contreras shoots, looked like a prayer. And looking around the arena right now, Team USA is now in the stands watching as their Group A opponents later this week are on the floor here, taking center stage. Margot, right hook, off. Erica, feed to Montero. Interrupting was Contreras. Hardine, off the elbow, it's good, over Erica. That's gonna be a little confidence booster.
It's got to, right, because they've gotten a number of shots that just haven't dropped. Fortunately, Brazil just turned over the basketball a lot this quarter, so they haven't been able to capitalize. But again, that's got to be a confidence boost for Cuba because they have gotten good shots, and at some point, law of averages, right, something's going to drop.
Timeout here called by Brazil.
Síguenos en las redes sociales @FIBA y comparte tus fotos esta noche AmeriCup W.
So a 13-point advantage here for Brazil midway through the second quarter. If you're Coach Nato in that timeout, Javon, what are you telling this Brazilian squad?
Take care of the basketball, right? The second quarter alone, they've just coughed it up, coughed it up, coughed it up. And luckily, fortunately for them, they've had a convincing lead, which really hasn't affected them much. But the danger in that is you allow Cuba just to gain more confidence. And as soon as they start hitting shots, this could be a game.
Vanessa, 3-ball, uncontested.
Or Vanessa could do that. Great ball pressure.
3-ball, no good. Chance again, Contreras. This group is definitely owning the offensive boards here today in this opening contest.
Well, they fight, right? Anytime you fight, you give yourself a chance. That's a great move.
Shifty work on the block there.
Great move. Hit the 3 earlier, get the ball in the post right there, and use the weight of the defense. Just spin on the backside there. You can see, whoop, whoop. Now you see me, now you don't. Nice finish under the rim.
Oh, Vanessa, that one felt good.
Did a great job on the catch, just feeling where the defense was, and the defense's weight was on her high side. So she felt that defense, she just spun over to her right under the basket.
3-point play complete for Vanessa. Vargas will go one-on-one. She wins out that possession.
Well, at some point, somebody on Brazil is going to figure out that anytime Vargas gets that ball at the right elbow, she's attacking downhill to her right hand. So you've got to stop that and just pay attention to it now, because she's done that a number of times, and anytime she catches it, she's going.
Montero keeps an eye on that shot clock. Under 5. Ball tipped away. Finds Erica. Running the lane. Neira turns, shoots with the left. Will draw the foul.
Neira, she does a great job running the floor, but I'm going to tell you, she's going to get herself to the free throw line. But I'll tell you who really caused that play is, again, Vargas just running the floor and forcing the defense to make a choice. And then Neira gets the basketball, makes an aggressive play, gets herself to the free throw line. Those situations there, if Vargas stopped early, then the defense, one can guard 2.
Poor showing that trip to the free throw line from Neira. And it might have been a lane violation, but did you see the whistle there? Either way, it's going to Brazil. And Paisao with the rock. Back to man-to-man. Skip pass corner, Montero inside to Erica. Just what they drew up.
Simple. Gets a look on the left block, gets a look on the right block, moving the basketball, just reading the defense, easy plays. And Erica knew she had the mismatch, right? She cleared out her teammates, was big, was decisive, and just demanded the basketball. And everybody respects when you demand the basketball.
41 years old, Erica de Souza, the captain of this group for Brazil for many, many years and many competitions.
Yeah. A lot of accomplishments. So if she says, give me the basketball, you give her the basketball.
Vargas down the gut this go around.
Did she do anything different there? Again, right hand, right down the middle of the paint, right side of the basket.
Paisao working off the screen. 5 to shoot. Dantas, high-low. Erica up against 2 defenders there.
It's such a solid base. When she catches it, she sees that double team coming. It's a feel. It's about feeling this game. Sees a double team coming from the backside on the weak side there, and doesn't turn into the defense where the defense can have an opportunity at getting the basketball, but finishes away from the defense. Or tries to finish away from the defense, picks up a foul. Seen Vargas there again, just penetrating down the middle of the paint.
Taking some extra time here with the officiating crew to make sure everybody's uniform is in order. A few extra breaths for the 41-year-old that's on the free throw line.
Well, that Montero just taking care of her vet, right? Giving her a couple extra seconds.
I love that.
She's taking care of her vet. Nothing wrong with
Maintenance.
that. Maintenance.
I never thought about it like that, but we see it in soccer, right?
Right.
You need a breather. Someone's hitting the floor. Montero pushes the rock up for Cuba. Hardane hits the 2-pointer. That was a great position on the block. Cuba continuing to push the pace. Armentero kicks it. Little pump fake for Hardine. She had the hot hand last go-round. Under 2 to play here in the first half. 15-point lead for Brazil.
Kind of get the feel that Brazil really hasn't stepped on Cuba. In Cuba, there's that next gear that if you're Brazil, you've got to be careful. You can't allow Cuba to gain this confidence, especially going into the second half.
Dantas, one-on-one. Great defense there by Vargas. Tanis, they're giving her the left lane. She'll take it and get to shoot too, as Paisao just said, come on in.
Come on down, they're relentless. Right, in the verdict out, the scout is out on this Cuba team. They're going to penetrate, they're going to attack, they're going to be aggressive. You know, and you think about it, they're attacking and driving into a lot of size in the paint. You see there was 3 yellow shirts in the paint, and that didn't deter Vargas at all. Getting downhill there, getting to the left side of the basket.
The lefty misses the first shot.
Excuse me.
Get the second. Cuba picking up Brazil, 3-quarter court. Montero, right on cue. Erica, finish.
You got to post up on the left side of the block. You swing the basketball around. You get a screen from Paisao there, great screen. And Erica gets open on the right side. So they're intentional. They're forcing it into the paint. I think the verdict is out.
Hardine driving right. Shot goes up on the baseline. Montero misses. Vargas in the paint fighting. And it's a jump ball call. Staying with Brazil.
That's a tough thing about the possession arrow. Sometimes you fight, you wrestle, you're tied up under the basket, and you've done such a tremendous job just being tough. And you look over at the arrow and it says the ball's going to your opponent. It's always deflating, but you got to just trust that you're getting the next one.
esse bloqueio para ele receber aqui e já fazer. Tá bem? Grande, depois você pega a Tainá na segunda. Tá bom? E, se você não der certeza lá na Érica, coloca na Tainá aqui e joga um punho. Jogamos um punho, tá bom? Bora.
So Brazil calls the timeout with 36.1 seconds left in the first half. We're getting a thumbs up here. From Vanessa. The bench pretty satisfied this far. And look at that, we're gonna get a rollout of all of Vanessa's highlights.
Nice work.
The truck, we see you. We're big fans. Erica doing all the work underneath the basket for Brazil.
Erica's feasting under the basket. All the bigs of Brazil are, and you've got to do a better job of just getting over those screens.
Montero spins and gives it up. It's a turnover.
Great way for Brazil to end this quarter. You got a great possession, right before we get Erica under the basket. Now you have 13.9 seconds to close it out and get another quality look going into the second half. Right, the execution, the poise, you can just see that growing for Brazil right now.
Dantas. And it's coming back to Erica de Souza. Every possession seemed like the target was Erica. And Brazil, they have a lot to hang their hat on after the first 2 quarters of action. They lead 49-31, an 18-point advantage. For you, Javon, your takeaways after 20 minutes of play?
Well, it's simple. For Cuba, you've got to do a much better job just fighting over the screens, because Brazil right now, and I said it from the beginning of the game, they have the size advantage of going to punch it into the paint. And that's what it is. Paint touch, paint touch, paint touch, post touch. And the bigs of Brazil, they're skilled, they're strong, they have good hands, they have good feel for the game.
I look at the stats. The rebounds are even. Assists, though, Brazil nearly tripling what Cuba's been able to do. And the top scorers, Gonçalves, Suarez, and Dantas for Brazil, Vargas, Jordan, and Margot. A lot of room for growth for Cuba here at halftime. But before we get to that, we're going to show you the second quarter best plays.
You need character. You need chemistry.
FIBA Basketball World Cup is the pick of the game. It's the toughest competition in the basketball world to win. That is why I will be there.
Because when you win for one, you win for all.
the buzzer shot from half court. Colome, gonna hit the back door. Rojas can't go anywhere with it. And it goes down. Just as I say that, Rojas with the bucket.
She's 4.
Loose ball. Anderson to Jones.
Assist number 29. I don't even know how she did that.
team. They have the size down low. They do a great job. They get into their primary break and then their secondary break. Continue to do that. If you're Cuba, you've got to understand that, listen, the ball is going inside to the paint. It's going inside to the post. Yes, you're not going to be able to stop and deter every pass. You're not going to be able to, get downhill and stop every basket or every opportunity. No. But what you can do is you identified that Brazil, they're getting 2 looks on both sides. They're looking on the right side of the block and the left side of the block. But that screen that's opening up the looks for Cardoso, Montes, and all the other bigs of Brazil, you've got to do a better job of fighting over those screens and getting yourself in position to just be present, be aggressive, and just be, big so that you can get a deflection. You may not get a steal, but a deflection deters your offense. A deflection throws off your offense. And if you blow up 1 or 2 plays, you've done your job, right? We've seen Cuba, we may see a little bit more zone. We've seen it early in the second quarter. They had some success with it. What they have to do is be able to capitalize and convert on the offensive end, only shooting 31% from the floor. When they take good shots, they're able to make them. Vargas had a tremendous first half, 10 points, 6 rebounds, getting downhill. They get quality shots, right? This team's young, they're aggressive, and like we mentioned before, they're out here to fight.
And it's just the first day and the first contest here in Leon, Mexico. Coming up after this game, we're going to see Team USA and Venezuela go toe-to-toe, then Puerto Rico and Colombia. And the finale, Mexico and Dominican Republic. That is certainly what many of the fans here in Leon, Mexico are looking forward to. And right now, finding creative ways to pass time until the action begins.
They're finding creative ways, and you're stuck here with me, so.
Javon, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. A lot of snacks, too.
Right.
We have some leadership and officials from Brazil on our screen right now, sitting in the front row to make sure they don't miss a beat of this action. And some young fans. I mean, it's a Saturday, right? Is today Saturday? It's a weekend.
All the days are a blur. But when you point at the kids in the stands and in the audience, that for me is what's so inspiring, because that's the next generation. So just to see them out here for the first game and just to see quality basketball, quality play, right? Some of those ladies that are sitting in those stands, sitting in the stands right now, they're going to be playing in a couple years, right? So that's why this is so special.
And so here at the break, we will switch baskets. So Brazil will shoot in front of the Cuba bench, and Cuba will shoot in front of the Brazilian bench. Cuba will get the ball first, and if you have a chance, go ahead and scan that QR code on your screen. Make sure you get all the schedule stats and all the behind-the-scenes footage from games in this tournament. So that indeed is the whistle. We'll get the third quarter underway here shortly.
Right out the gate, you can see an adjustment by Coach Jose Neto. Brazil showing zone. We didn't see any of that in the first half there. 2-3 zone.
Knocked away. Deborah wanted every bit of that. Talk about getting big and being a disruptor. I think you were saying that.
Just being wide, being present.
For Cuba, but it's Brazil that starts off that way. Suarez's feed poorly placed.
Claro did a great job fighting over the top side. There was one look on the right side of the block for Cardoso and coming over to the left side. Claro again fighting. You have to make that adjustment coming out the half.
Dennis, wild shot. And Brazil will start pushing. Deborah all alone, sets up a deep 3-ball, misses Dantas. Gives the team another possession, takes it herself, a miss. everything seems a little bit slower here in the third quarter, right? I mean, is everyone a little tired or?
A little gassed, a little gassed.
I mean, it is summertime, right? So these teams aren't normally together. A lot of the onus on you to work out during that time?
That plus all the adrenaline from the newness and just the tip off and getting acclimated and ready for the tournament. That can be draining sometimes as well. The novelty wears off.
Dantas. Cardosa. She's got the size advantage. In and out of the hoop.
Great verticality there by Margot, just staying upright, not breaking the plane.
Jordan. Jordan with the first field goal here of the third quarter.
Love her mid-range game.
I think she opened up the contest too in the first. Dumont from Ramona. Cordine, no look pass down to the block. Fighting for it was Claro. She'll go at Cardoza with the left, no good. Danta surveying. Ramona down the lane. Waiting on the block. It's a miss though by Margot. Baseline, that one will work.
That'll work, but even better, Claro did a great job. She couldn't get her hands on the rebound, so what does she do? She tips it out to Margot, and Margot gets the shot there. So she's not going to get credit for 2 points, but just keeping the ball alive and allowing her teammate to get a shot. Selfless basketball.
Foul on the floor. This was going to go against Cordine. Her third personal foul for Cuba. Suarez, welcome back to the party. The leading scorer knows what to do for Brazil.
And how does she get open? She sets a great back screen there, screen-to-screener action. You set a good screen like that, you come out on the strong side, get an open, clean pass, and you're ready to shoot.
Skip pass, Cordine. Dribble jumper off the baseline. Misses. Her teammate, Claro, draws the foul. Foul going against Dantas, her second personal foul. Bexy Claro, the 21-year-old, will hit the second. Now we're seeing a little bit more tempo. Ramona, that pass deflected. Claro again, getting big. Armentero, eye on the basket. It goes. Dantas to Deborah.
Again, Cuba's in a little matchup zone here.
Turn and shoot, Ramona.
Had success with it in the first half. And again, that's where you got to be careful in the zone is the rebounds, right? You've got to take care of an area and still find somebody to box out.
6 points for Cardoza. She was waiting there on the block on the weak side.
And you would think she's had such a big presence today. You think she has more than 6 points. But it's, again, like I mentioned before, just being present, right? Being available, and she's created space for her teammates.
She has 10 points. So that's my bad. I was reading the scoreboard wrong. You're right, Cardoza with 10 today. Claro. No, another board though for Cardoza. Cardoza again through traffic. 2 blue jerseys smothering her.
Well, she does a great job there of just splitting the difference. Gets that left foot between the double team, so now they can't close in on her. You see here, gets through, splits the defense. And if you're Cuba, you can't allow, if you're going to double team, it's got to be aggressive. Can't allow her to get through and still get a shot up. The double team's got to be there on the catch.
Some of her teammates are here in this tournament too. From South Carolina.
That's the beauty in international play, right? You represent your country, which you only really get to do in sport and in war. And I'll tell you this much, I'm choosing sport. But for a number of these athletes, they get to compete against some of their teammates, right? And it's always some hidden competition there.
And a block. Get out of my house. Cardoza feeling real comfortable here today.
Bow. Times bow.
Too many steps there for Bexy Claro. So quick turnover for Cuba, and Brazil's got the rock again. Corner 3, Ramona. A miss. Amargo, the 38-year-old captain, making it rain. She's got double digits here today. 10 points for Amargo. Elbow shot, no good for Passau. Cardoza intercepts the pass. Now everybody's playing with a little bit more pace. Gonzalo, deep 3 ball.
Transition 3, and confident. Gonzalo just catching it, stopping, popping, got the feet set, got the hands ready. That's just confidence, that's reps. You've done that a couple times.
Golarte going at Dantas. A little congested here on the right side of the court. Claro fights for the rebound. Passau comes up with it. Dantas down low. Cardoza, clean up. She wanted the whistle too with the push in the back. Outlet pass, Passau. Can't handle that one over her head. Gonzalo, though, always looking down. Amargo will pull it up herself. Deep 3. They didn't think she'd hit it, and she does. Cuts the lead to 15. Faisal back to Dantas. Felt it. Matches.
That pass right there by Dantas to Faisal, that just loosens up the defense again. And Faisal does a great job just kicking it right back. Dantas ready, shot ready, just going up, easy basket.
We're rolling now with Gonzalo. Cross court. Mid-range. The attack cut short. Despain delivering the foul.
And we've talked about Despain here. Again, transition play. We've talked about how well Brazil has played through the out of the post the inside-outside game, and their bigs have dominated there. But I don't think we've given enough credit to their transition play, right? As soon as they get the rebound or, force a turnover and just convert on the other side, switch ends of the floor, everybody's in position, right? They're running their lanes, they're running with intention. That's why they're getting clean shots. And Despain here didn't make the basket, but a clean shot in transition forces that foul, because now Cuba has to close out of control, and you get touched on the elbow.
De Oliveira makes the most of her visit to the free throw line. And here comes the full court pressure. Or at least it's Gonzalo staying back, covering early on the point. Tornell on the floor for Cuba. Montero, Maria, in and out. Paisao, 5 seconds to shoot. De Oliveira in the corner. Pass inside, Claro takes the block. Back out to Margot, she follows. Lots of Brazil going in to crash the boards. Dantas, 3-ball, it's good.
5-out offense, moving the basketball around the horn, just being patient and looking for giving up good shots to get great shots.
Dantas with 12 points and 2 3-pointers here in this quarter. Tornell, another opportunity as it's tracked down by Cuba. Weak side, Claro gets it to drop. Not very conventional, but they keep the ball in their possession. Javon, this is, it's scrappy basketball.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. Foul here coming against Cuba and Despain.
Despain did a good job there just selling that left to right crossover and just embellished the call a bit. There was some contact, but just forcing the ref's attention there. Good players do that. Paisao, excuse me.
Dantas gets a well-deserved break as Vanessa comes on.
And Vanessa's a microwave, so as soon as she checks on the court, you've got to match up with her because she will get you a bucket very easy.
Gonzalo behind the screen. A miss. And Montero coming right at you. Turnaround jumper. No good. Tracked down, though, by Vargas. Cuba, another shot. 9 seconds on the clock. Montero to Despain. Got to do something. She'll keep dribbling. The cutter comes. Tornell can't handle. 3-ball shot. It's whistled off. The officiating crew is saying it does not count. What an effort, though.
They're fighting, but you can just see the depth of Brazil is becoming a problem for them. You can tell by 46-6 bench points for Brazil in favor of Brazil. So that's definitely taken a toll of the last 3 quarters of this game. But you want to see this Cuba team continue to come out. You know, again, we're talking about 2 federations that are in different places in terms of development, right? So you want to continue to come out, see fight, you know, compete, because it's never over, right?
Look at some of the stats and what's on the way. But Javon, to your point, this Brazilian team is the winningest nation in America, you know, here at the AmeriCup. They've got the pedigree.
And that goes so far. That goes a long way, right? Just having that pedigree, that rich culture, right? It establishes so much for the generations to come. It establishes when you put on that jersey, you know what it means, right? Because you know what all the players have done before you, and you come out and you don't hang your hat, right? And you come out and give it all, your all.
Look there at the best plays in the third quarter. So with 10 minutes left to go, it is Brazil up 68-47. It's opening day of the FIBA Women's AmeriCup here in Leon, Mexico. I'm Despina Barton, my partner, Javon Shepard, former Canadian national team member. We're going to see Canada play tomorrow. So, Javon, they're making you wait a day.
They're going to make me wait, but that's okay. That's all right. Canada's going to have a tough one, right? They're opening up against host Mexico tomorrow night, so.
And this is just Group A, what we're looking at here on the floor right now between Cuba and Brazil. The rest of their group includes the #1 in the world, Team USA, as well as Venezuela and Argentina. Canada is on the other side in Group B play. They've got Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Mexico, and Colombia. The 10 best teams in the continent, all here in Leon, Mexico, vying for a spot in the Olympic qualifier next February. This is exactly where the road to Paris begins. Another miscue there as Paisao tried to hit Gonzalo on the cut. Offensive foul against Cuba. It looks like came on the block against number 10, Bexy Claro. That's going to be her 4th personal foul. Paisao going after the block. Cuba feasting on the defensive end. Paisao goes baseline, flip up with her left. She'll shoot 2.
And she just turned on the Jets there, gets baseline. Paisao, that is. You just see here, takes the contact. It just has enough air time to get under the rim and get the ball up above her. Get herself 2 shots. That change of speed, it's so hard to guard when players have that. It's, you know, you're slow to quick. The defense can't really recover. The defense is at your mercy.
Four points for Paisao today in this contest. She's done a lot more as far as the assists go and setting the tempo. Open up the contest with a 3-ball that instantly made her draw the defense's attention. Spot up, Tanis takes it. Gonzola, Paisao, 3-ball, just how she started the game. She must have just heard us.
And Gonzalo, again, that change of speed, right to left, getting into the paint. And the defense collapses there. She knows where her teammate is. Paisao, great job just being shot ready, hands ready, and just popping up into the shot.
Too much traffic. Armentero throws it away. Gonzalo, her trailer misses. Maura makes up for it. We're going to have a timeout called here by Cuba.
Síguenos en las redes sociales @FIBA y comparte tus fotos esta noche usando nuestro hashtag AmeriCup.
Atienda acá, muchachos. Hicimos los 5 regulares para descontar y ha sido peor remedio que la enfermedad. Desde que lleguemos allá, tenemos la 10. No hemos cantado la 10 en un momento. No hemos cantado la 10 en un momento. Y eso lo practicamos bien. Muchachitas, vamos que podemos. No pueden irse así exclusivamente. Y saber a qué asegurar la canasta hecha, que se la hecha. La que se la hecha, la canasta hecha. Bien, y participaron en el rebote y en la defensa de todo el mundo. Coño, ¿qué está pasando, muchacha? ¿Podemos hacer lo mejor? ¡Vamos que podemos!
So Cuba calls a timeout there, Javon. They've got 7:49 to play. At this moment, you got to think, I mean, I'm not a coach and I'm not a player, just love the game, but I imagine there's some things maybe they'll turn their attention to work on these final minutes.
Well, for one, you have to keep in mind that points matter and point differential matters in this tournament, right? So there can't be any let up. And if you're Cuba, that's got to be first and foremost.
Weak side rebound by Vargas. Mora all over her. Vargas just trying to will her way.
You can just see her here, just relentless second chance opportunity. It wasn't going to let up. Right, 3 yellow shirts around her and throwing her body around. Get yourself a foul, get yourself to the free throw line. And what this does as well is it stops the clock. So you have an opportunity at 2 free throws, stop the clock, get yourself a good defensive possession after this as well. First, you got to make the free throws. Those got to count. And that's the thing with young teams as well, just valuing each possession, each shot, the quality of shots, and free throws, right? They're free.
A lot of ball movement here for Brazil. Paisao drives with her left, kicks it. And a beautiful finish there by De Oliveira. Waited for that shot, huh? Or at least get the look they wanted. Going baseline, Claro. Out there playing with 4 fouls right now. Paisao, wing, pull up. It's a miss. Her teammate Vanessa, the cleanup. The monster on the weak side block there, Vanessa. 14 points for her today. And Gonzalo couldn't help herself there. Was not gonna give Jordan an open lane.
It's almost instant. Players coming, the ball's coming your way. And you also know that Jordan, she's looking to score. She's shown us that over the course of this entire game, you know, her mid-range attack in the basket. So you see her coming towards you and the ball's coming your direction. It's just instinct sometimes. And you pick up those silly fouls and you just got to look over at the bench, just put your hand up and tell coaches, you know what, that's my bad, coach. Or don't look over at the coach at all and just continue playing. Hopefully there's nobody coming for you to sub in.
Make up for it on the next play.
That's the best. When you make up for it on the next play and then you see the sub going back to the bench, it gives you some new life.
Sounds like it comes from experience, huh?
Oh, yeah.
No, Javon, how many years were you with the Canada national team now?
About 10 years.
10 years.
Almost a decade, but I'm not going to let you age me. It was 10 young years.
And what did you enjoy most? I mean, I imagine representing your country at this level. This is a big deal.
I think the camaraderie, and that's because those guys that I played with actually became my best friends, my brothers, and still to this day, we still have a really good, really strong relationship. So it's definitely, you don't remember the games, you don't remember when you scored 20 or who scored 30, but you remember the travel together, eating together, the nights out exploring different countries, different cities together. And I'm sure many of these ladies are going to, speak about the same things in years to come.
The life experiences that follow the game. A lot of questions there from Vargas, as she does not believe that she traveled. Just getting some consolation there from Vanessa. Maybe they're building a friendship too right now.
Bonding.
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 Yeah, this Brazilian squad's coming off a 2022 South American Championship. They are the winningest nation at the AmeriCup. They earned bronze medals in 2021 and 2019. And Jose Neto knows how important it is to come out strong in this tournament. USA has already got their spot in that Olympic pre-qualifier, right? But there's another spot up for grabs.
Right.
Vanessa hitting the deck, but Cuba's got the ball. Montero to Tanis and a turnover.
That's one thing both of these teams are gonna talk about tomorrow, or even tonight. Watching some film for both coaches is, the turnovers. Yeah, Brazil looks like they're gonna come out with a victory in this game, but the number of careless turnovers, live ball turnovers, dead ball turnovers, you gotta address that.
Imagine Vanessa's gonna need some ice after that fall. As Brazil here takes a timeout. Cardoza.
13 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and just has done just a great job just sealing down low. Here you can see just clearing out space, offensive rebound, defensively a block, getting it out. Did it all for her team. And just a presence, had a big presence about here. Again, getting the defense on her high side, nice finish. And what I like is she's keeping the ball above her head, finishing and playing so hard that she's looking over at the coach and saying, I need a break. Give me a break, coach. You gotta love that.
Three off the key, in and out. There for De Oliveira. Under 5 to play. Cuba, Brazil, opening contest here at the 2023 FIBA Women's AmeriCup. We're in Leon, Mexico. And going right down the lane there was Contreras.
You look at Coach Jose Neto over there. He has this calmness about him, this disposition about him. That kind of calmness permeates throughout your team, right? Gives them that confidence. And when you believe in your coach believes in you, and there's a calmness there, you exude that on the court as well. So, I mean, that's one of the things that stuck out to me about him as well, just watching him work the sidelines. He hasn't really been screaming or irate. Cool guy.
Cool guy.
Cool guy.
I remember in 2021 when Dawn Staley was the coach for the Team USA squad, she did not step off her seat very often. She coached from that seat, and other than standing up for a player on a call or something, she was very calm, like you said.
That's when you have players on your team, veterans on your team. Here, see more coming up with the steal, going the length of the court. Try to get the contact there. The refs might be trying to get out of here. They're looking at the score. They're trying to get out of here. But to your point, that's when you have great veterans on your team and an extension of your coach on the floor where you don't have to get up. You don't have to coach every play. Your team knows what the expectations that you have, and you know, you have leaders on the floor. Those are winning teams. Those are winning pedigrees. Those are championship teams.
And Suarez there hands out her 5th foul, so she exits the contest. And so the Brazilian fans here giving her a round of applause in between these free throws with Betsy Golarte. Everybody found a body. Mora to Costa. Deborah Costa, the loyal point guard of this Brazilian squad year after year. The physical nature of this game is not resting till the final buzzer. Deborah shakes Golante and gets a fresh shot clock. Stutters up, Deborah, the feed on the cut. Vanessa turns, spins, it drops! The acrobatics by Brazil.
Vanessa finds a way. Some players that just have a knack for scoring, just finding the ball. Her back, finding the rim, her back was to the basket. She just flicked it up there, and lo and behold, soft touch has rolled itself off the rim. But Deborah did a great job there of just using the ball screen, being patient, re-screen, coming again off that, getting downhill and dropping that ball off. But it's that patience, that poise from your guards that allow your teammates like Vanessa just to be in scoring position, catch the basketball, just make easy plays.
Naomi Vargas, con el número 11 del equipo nacional de Cuba, está en la línea de los tiros libres.
And raising her hand quickly, Dairis Tornell delivering the push against Brazil.
Naomi Vargas, del equipo de Cuba, va a descansar y ingresa Melissa Guzmán, con el número 22. Se encuentra en la línea de los tiros libres Rafa Monteiro del equipo brasileño con el número 5. Convierte en 2 unidades más Rafa Monteiro para el equipo brasileño.
3 minutes to play. Cuba in their opening AmeriCup contest, the first since 2019. Golarte goes right, and she'll shoot 2. The officiating crew very much still engaged.
Yep.
And ensuring they're calling a clean game.
Number of calls.
Makes that one count.
Betsy Golarte del equipo nacional de Cuba convierte puntos para su causa con el número 32.
You know who's getting a lot of rest right now? It's going to be Erica de Souza, Camila Cordoza, and Demiris Dantas. So Brazil getting working with its younger, smaller rotation.
Well, it's also a long tournament, right? So you get this rest now, and you've got to be ready for the next game. There's no real rest. You got to be engaged. And again, if not physically on the court, then mentally you got to be locked in. And rightfully so, there's a lot to clean up for both teams.
Yeah, 9 days of competition here in León, Mexico. 10 teams. We're in the group phase, so every team within their group will play one another. The top 4 will advance on to the quarterfinals. And then it's win or go home from there. Contreras showing us some nice footwork on her take to the hoop. Vanessa loses the handle. And clapping it up though, those little wins from Margarito Pedrosa Pelaez for Cuba. Still actively coaching and
young team, right? So you've got to teach winning habits, winning plays, and it starts with your coaches. So yeah, this game is out of reach here, but you know, when you're looking at Cuba and them developing, this is a 4, 8, 12-year cycle, right? It's bigger than just this tournament.
Header comes through.
There's going to be some bumps along the way.
Yeah.
A couple bumps and bruises.
Cardoza back on the floor for Brazil, as is Ramona. Hard take on the parquet. And because we're in the bonus, she will head to the free throw line.
Isabela Marcelo de Brasil, el número 3 está en la línea de los tiros libres.
29-year-old has 5 points here in this contest for Brazil. Under 90 seconds to play. Contreras back to the lane. Cardoza waiting patiently to set that screen for Montero. Montero left alone, top of the key, drills it. Cornell. Corner feed to Contreras. She'll skip it back out. Better look on the wing. Guadarte rolls in and out. Cardoza saves the rebound. Brazil with the rock. Ramona, Vanessa. Playing unselfish basketball right now, Brazil is. Deborah takes the lane herself. A miss on the left. And the clock will wind down here. Montero has the rock, skips it over to Tornell. Will this be the final shot? It will, but it does not go. The final score here, it is Brazil 92, Cuba 53. Game number 1 is in the books, Javon. Your biggest takeaways here?
Well, 17 turnovers for Brazil, 18 for Cuba, and like you said, game 1. That is what the biggest takeaway. There's a lot to clean up for both of these teams and for every team that we're going to see on game 1, on day 1, excuse me. But, you know, you look at this Brazilian team, and just an all-around team victory, inside, outside game. We talked a number of times about how the ball went into the post, but the guard play, Deborah, just controlling the game and getting the ball where it needed to be. A number of the guards, they had 29 assists on 32 made field goals, right? So every pass they made, they got the ball to the right place. And we've seen them a number of times just moving the ball, had the defense on skates, and to try to get the ball into the post, they were patient. They looked on the left side of the block, nothing was there. They couldn't. Cuba did a good job denying. They're poised, want to run through their offense entirely, get a screen on the other side, rotate the basketball around the horn and dump it inside. And, you know, there was a trust from the guards, there was trust from the bigs as well that, you know, if there wasn't a good shot, they were going to give it up and get some, you know, get better shots. So big time play for Brazil. This is a great way to open up the tournament. Just got to clean up the turnovers.
And for Brazil, they will go on for day number 2 up against Venezuela. Meanwhile, Cuba, they're going to get a breather, so they're off and resting tomorrow. As you see the disparities there in the stat lines. One, you know, area where these teams were competing were rebounds. Look at that, 46 to 43. Cuba, a lot of theirs coming on the offensive side. But a lot of scoring from Brazil. And everybody coming to say hello to the dignitaries that have traveled so far to root on their team. And before we leave you, we're going to show you the best plays here of the 4th quarter. For Javon Shepard, I'm Despina Martin. The final score, Brazil takes this one 92 to Cuba's 53, a 29-point outing for the Brazilians. Be sure to stay with us for more FIBA Women's AmeriCup action. It's on the way.